There's so many businesses out there that you can do that can make you a lot of money, and I'm going to show you in this video 8 businesses I've done and I've been able to use to make over $1 million in the last 3 years doing business all online. And I'm going to be rating them from the best. I'm going to be giving them a good review or a bad review, or telling you if you should do them or you should not, because most of all these businesses are trending right now and you might be going into them and you might be thinking that you might be having the best business decision ever. So just stay tuned to the end. So before I jump in, my name is Praise Akilami, and in 2020 I discovered I was allergic to poverty, and I tried to do everything possible to make sure that I get out of poverty in 2020, and I did. And that's exactly what I want for you as well. I want to make sure that by you watching my channel, you don't have any reason to be poor or to be broke any longer. So here are the 8 businesses that I've done over the last 3 years that's been able to make me over $1 million in sales for both me and my client that I worked for. Now, the first business I did was, of course, multi-level marketing, or as you probably know it locally, they call it the Ponzi scheme. Now, I remember very clearly back then when I started with a platform called Reselling, and also another platform called Gifter World, Ultimate Cycler. I did so many of them, even Loom, and I did this majorly when I was in school. And of course, you know how the story goes. I did not make a lot of money from it. It was totally terrible, because when I started it, I was just looking for quick cash, and that's exactly where a lot of people are right now. You want to really make a lot of money, you know that there are legit ways to make a lot of money, but for some reason you're not just sure about the approach you need to take on how to make money. So most times you just go ahead and look for all these businesses that somebody comes and tell you that, oh, once you invest 10,000 you get 100,000, once you invest $5 you get $10. No, all those businesses are shit. And you know how you get to know a business that is 100% Ponzi? You know the difference between Ponzi and multi-level marketing. Now, Ponzi schemes are just basically money doublers. So when I say money doublers, I mean you spend you put in 10,000 and you get 100,000 immediately. You put in 50,000 and you get 200,000 immediately, or you put in $10 and you get $50 immediately. No, all those things are just multi-level are just Ponzi schemes rather. And to be honest, multi-level marketing schemes are safer than Ponzi schemes, only if you know how to do it very well. Now, when it comes to multi-level marketing, there is a level of marketing that you have to do to make sure that you make money in that kind of business. Now, what I mean is that in multi-level marketing, you mostly make money by referring people to bring money to that particular platform. And most Ponzis are a mix of it being a Ponzi itself, that's the money doubling thingy, and also being a multi-level marketing scheme. Multi-level marketing scheme in the sense that they are going to tell you to go ahead and bring other people to the platform so that the platform keeps on moving. So if you find yourself in that particular kind of situation, please just make sure that you do not do that particular business. Out of 10, I'm going to rate this business a 0. Now, the second business I did was that I was writing blogs for different news websites. Now, the specific one I was writing for was called Opera News. There was a time where in my country, Opera Mini was a very famous browser, and a lot of people were going ahead to, go on Opera Mini, just like the way we have Google Chrome so popular right now. And I remember very clearly back then, I started it because they told us that if we were part of their news hub, they were going to be giving us a particular amount of money per amount of shares, comments, likes, and views that those content get on the Opera Mini news feed. So just see it as what we have now as the creator economy when it comes to Elon Musk paying you for your content on X, or paying creators on TikTok and all those kind of things. All these things started back then. You could write and really make a lot of money then, but the problem then was that it was not as juicy and as lucrative as it is now. In fact, back then there was so much bad news, fake news, because that's what actually spreads fire. Somebody just come up one day and say Nigeria is on fire, and it gets a lot of views, and those guys get paid back end, and it was just peanuts. But now that the creativity program has come in, and so most companies are now paying heavily, people don't usually just post bad news anymore, just post original content. So I made around, like, I think 3 naira total. I did it for 3 months. I made like 3 naira from the business, and it wasn't lucrative at all. So I rated that business as a 1, because there were actually people making money from that particular business, but the skill gap was too much. Like, I need to know where to get really good news. I need to know how to script the news to make sure it's hook, to make sure that the news has good hooks. I need to make sure that it was just a lot. So I don't rate this business at all. If you're planning to be writing for blogs, don't do it. But if you are going to be planning to write for maybe other companies, like maybe you want to write on Twitter, or you want to ghostwrite for people, to write their tweets for them. That's actually a lucrative way to do it right now. In fact, it is a more modernized way to do it. Now, the business number 3 I learned was I just simply started reselling stuffs in school, and this was like a game changer for me. Back then, when we had exams, they had this special paper, they call it foolscap, that we normally used to write our tests and our exams and all that. And a lot of people normally do not have those foolscaps available when they need them. So what I did was I just bought a big textbook and I just started tearing out sheet of papers to give them, because it's usually almost the same thing. So that was business I did in school, and it was so much money because I made a lot. Because if I buy that particular binder book for, like, let's say 350 naira, and I can resell each page for 15 naira each, and by the end of the day I'm going home with like 4,000 naira, and it was really good money. So yeah, I made a lot of money reselling just papers in school. And what made me make a lot of money from that was because it was serious urgency. Like, people needed that product now. It was a burning desire. They don't get to write their test if they do not have all those things in place. And that's just the truth about business. If you can find a very strong burning desire that people need to solve right now, I'm telling you for a fact that you make so much money that you're not going to even imagine. So the whole idea of reselling, that's buying small and distributing, it's a lot of money. There's so much money in it, and I'm going to rate that business a solid 10. Because don't think about it as selling paper, just think about it as the concept. Just think about the concept of you taking something that people need, buying it wholesale in a very cheap price and reselling to a lot of people. Is just so much money that you can make from that kind of venture. Now, the 4th business I learned, of course, it was Forex trading. And I didn't really kick off immediately learning Forex trading immediately, just because my friend just introduced me to it. And sooner than not, I got to understand that Forex trading was a whole lot when it comes to, like, the amount of money you need to spend into the business, the amount of time you have to wait for real profit, because there are 2 ways to do Forex. You can do it like you're gambling, and you can do it like you're actually a real swing trader where you're investing. In fact, I'm heavily invested in Forex. I do Forex a whole lot right now, but back then it was just too much. I can never forget the day that my friend told me that this thing that people normally trade in Forex is called news. So it's when the currency goes up, like, and people make a lot of profit. So I remember clearly back then, my friend told me that there was this news that we should come to his house and trade. The last 8,000 naira I had, I took it to that particular house, and we were there. The news was supposed to come out by 4 a.m. I was awake, said, let me go there. We were waiting, and boom, our money was gone. See, I had to borrow money to go back to my own campus that particular time. It was crazy. So Forex trading is a very good business if you have the right approach to it. And trust me, man, you're going to lose a lot of money if you just try Forex trading just because you just want to do it or just want to cash out. No, there is an investment mentality that has to come with you when you are doing Forex trading for you, in order for you to be profitable. And that's what is making, that one makes the difference between a lot of newbie guys and a lot of people who are really making a lot of money right now from Forex trading. So how much did I make on Forex trading? I didn't make a lot when I was starting, though I make a lot more right now, but in fact, I made literally zero money when I was starting back then. But I rate Forex trading as a very good business that you can go into. But remember, it is heavily capital intensive, and there are other ways you can go about the Forex business that I'll tell you about in this video later. You don't have to necessarily just go through the route of just maybe doing what they call it, trading itself. There's something called the business of Forex, and I'll tell you about that later in this particular video. So after I did Forex trading and I discovered that Forex trading could not make me a lot of money, I went to business number 5. And yes, business number 5 is my first love, called graphic design. I'm very sure that a lot of people have gone through the route of graphic design, especially most guys that I see out there that are doing coding, UI, UX, and all that. Graphic design is just like a starting point for a lot of other people, but it's not a business that I'm going to encourage my family members to go and start right now, because things have evolved around just designing flyers and designing logos for people. There are so many apps, so many AI applications that can even do better jobs than most graphic designers. So let me just tell you the truth, most graphic designers don't even know their job. That's the reason why most of them are 100% going to be replaced by AI. People have come for me before, you can come for me again. I said it in 2020 that Canva was going to replace a lot of graphic designers, but most of them, they just went ahead to drag me on Twitter and all that. But now you see where it is. So graphic design is not something I recommend. But before that, when I was doing graphic design, I did make a lot of money from graphic design. In fact, I had my website up, I had my Facebook page up. You can check Lavito Designs page on Facebook. I had a few of my designs there, and I was posting a lot of content out there, and I was making a lot of money. And in fact, it was the day I just woke up one day and I decided, oh man, I want to make a shitload of money. That was when graphic design started to pop for me. If you have broke clients all your life, you continue having broke clients till the day you die. So one particular day, I just woke up one day and said that anybody that's going to pay me less than 150,000 for a logo design, I wasn't going to take the job. And boom, I had like 2 clients. I was getting like 300k per month, but I didn't really vibe with that amount of money, because trust me, I wanted to make so much money. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. So graphic design is a very good business, but should you start it 100%? I say no, except maybe you want to go through the route of doing UI UX and other design businesses like coding, front-end design and all those kind of things, because you need to have a very strong, solid background on graphic design for you to really produce work that's really good and eye-catching if you're doing things that are around art and stuff. So if that's your goal, you can go ahead and do that. But if you are like me, who wants to make profit like every single day, I don't think I recommend it, to be very honest. So that is just my history and that's my path, and I'm grateful I did it. But to be honest, I just have to say the truth to myself. Yeah, it was just a good time, but right now, as at this current age and time, you should not be starting any agency thinking that you want to become a full-time graphic designer. There are so many people out there that can do the exact same work that you can do. It feels saturated. You can't price extremely high, except maybe you add other things to your graphic design offer. Like, maybe you start a marketing agency instead, then offer graphic design services as part of the marketing agency. That makes sense. But will people still do design? Yes. Do we still need designers? Yes. But it's now left for you to choose. Just like the Bible says that there will always be the rich and there will always be the poor. So whichever you choose is literally up to you. So yeah, that is now 100% up to you. How much did I make from graphic design? I made almost $1 million from graphic design. That should be currently about over $1,000 that I made from graphic design. I did it for like 2 years. So that wasn't bad for somebody that was in like 200 level in school or a college student. Yeah, it was a lot of money. People were calling me like big boy and stuff. After I finished my graphic design business, the next business I went into was affiliate marketing. Now remember guys, I told you that I was reselling products in school back then, but at this particular point when I was leaving design, I got to understand that there were actually people making a lot of money online. You notice that most of the businesses I talked about are not necessarily businesses per se online. They were just more like hustles. You guys have to understand the difference between a business and a hustle. A hustle is just something you just do just to make money, but a business is something that you run. Like, you actually have a plan, you actually have where you're going to, you have a profit target, all those kind of things. Some hustles can, come in for a business, but the first business I actually did was affiliate marketing. And I remember very clearly, because I was reselling stuff already, I was conversant with, okay, I could literally sell to people who needed stuff and make a lot of money from it, right? So when I saw the concept of affiliate marketing, it just made sense to me, because now the only reason why you're not selling something right now is because of 2 reasons. Either you don't have anything to sell, or you just don't think you know how to sell. But affiliate marketing now bridges that particular gap, because the way it works is that if there is an owner of a product, the person brings out the product and makes it available for what we call affiliates, that's you and I, to promote. Then both you and the product owner are going to split the percentage and are going to share the money according to the percentage that you guys agreed. And there are different kinds of affiliate marketing. In fact, back then I was doing what is called cost per sale affiliate marketing. I was being paid typically 50% commission on every sale I made. I remember the first product I sold was to my brother, because of course, trust me, everybody has who they can sell to be honest. So there are 3 people you can always sell to: your friends, your family, and fools. So everybody has these 3 categories of people in their life. You have friends who just like you have family who will just buy from you because they pity you, and you have fools who don't know the difference between a good product and a bad product. But the problem is that the amount of fools that you can sell to are very, very small. So it's not a very sustainable way. But if you learn marketing, all right, you're going to find how to get people who can really buy these products from you because they genuinely need it, and you're genuinely solving a particular problem for these people that we're talking about. So you have to think about it from an aspect that you want to learn the skill of marketing first. You want to learn how to communicate to people. You want to learn how to sell to people. Trust me, your ability to communicate alone can literally take you so far. In fact, farther than you can ever imagine. So once you now learn how to market, you can now go ahead and get a product that has been listed probably maybe on an affiliate website. There are so many affiliate websites in Nigeria where you can sell digital products, because I prefer to sell digital products because it is very easy to sell. You don't have to do any logistics, you don't have to do any delivery. In fact, the whole idea of logistics and delivery it gives me so much headache, but now it's actually easier because there are companies who are dedicated to just helping you do your deliveries and stuff. But back then in 2020, it was a hell of work to get your products delivered. Then came COVID and all those kind of things. In fact, so because of COVID that we now have many companies that are dedicated to just making deliveries, so it's actually easier now. But I still like to just do online businesses, reduce my losses, because I don't have to have any inventory, don't have to have any of all these things to do. So just go and learn marketing first. Find a product on any of all these affiliate platforms and sell to people who need the product. And of course, if you learn marketing, you know exactly how to target people, how to run paid ads, how to do content, how to make the thing just work for you. So yeah, that is another thing that you have to think about. So affiliate marketing made me so much money. In fact, I made over $50,000 doing just affiliate marketing alone. And man, I remember very clearly when I went to my mentor's office, I told him that, boss, I want to like quit my graphic design job. Affiliate marketing is giving me a lot of money, and I was like, no. And he was like, quit. And I was like, but boss, I've been building this for over 2 years now. I can't just wake up one morning and decide to just close my graphic design business. And he was like, boy, you don't understand business. When it comes to being an entrepreneur, you need to learn how to move on fast, all that. So of course, I know better now. I know exactly why he said so now. But just like I told you guys, affiliate marketing is a gold mine. If you find any place where you can learn affiliate marketing, in fact, I'm going to put the link down below in the description. If you want to learn affiliate marketing from me, I have a program where you can go through and learn just affiliate marketing and marketing itself. So you can just watch that program and you're going to make a lot of money for yourself. In fact, I'll discount it just because you're watching this particular video. Now, business number 7 is what is called CPA marketing. Remember guys, I told you guys that I learned Forex trading back then in school, and I learned affiliate marketing as well, and I also learned how to sell and resell as well. So all these skills came together, and that's what made my success in CPA marketing so loud. In fact, CPA marketing alone, with my company and some of my associates, were able to make over $461,000 in about 6 months. It was wild. And trust me, man, CPA marketing is something else, because it's the only form of affiliate marketing where you get as much as 200% commission on every sale that you make. So what I mean is, if somebody comes to buy something, maybe using your link or using your referral code or something, if the person buys a product worth $20, you're going to be making at least $40 commission. In fact, when it gets worse, like what I do currently, it should be around like $150 when it gets worse. So I thought about it and I was like, wow, this CPA thing actually sounds nice. And I remember, that's why I tell people that any skill you can learn now, just learn it. Don't say that, okay, because Praise has mentioned 8 different skills you want to learn, just pick one. The way skills work is that they have a compounding effect. I remember when I learned copywriting, of course, now I'm doing YouTube. So all these skills are going to compound on the long run. So don't be afraid to try out all these things. Try something new, try new waters. In fact, CPA marketing is just very simple. Just like affiliate marketing now, but this time I do it with companies. So I find a company and partner with them, then I now promote the company's product to people that need that particular product. So when I promote the company's product to people that need that particular product, they take an action. So that action is usually maybe a deposit, usually a sign up or something. So when they make that deposit, I make 2 times of whatever the deposit it is that they make into the company. And of course, why are those companies willing to pay me so much money? Simple. They are willing to pay me so much money because they believe that most of all the customers that come into their company via my link or whatever are going to become returning customers, which means that they are going to always come to the company and make deposits every single time. Just like probably maybe you referred your friend to a shoe plug, and shoe plug has really good shoes. All right, so the shoe plug pays you off, let's say $20, because your friend made a $20 payment, the first time. Then once your friend keeps on coming back to that particular shoe plug, you don't usually get any more commissions, but the shoe plug now still makes more money. So that's why they're even happy to pay you like double of whatever it is that the person buys from the shop in the first instance. So that is how CPA marketing works. So of course, I'll also leave a link down below to teach you CPA marketing, joining my community. I have a community called CPA Dollar Academy, so if that interests you, you can also join in. So CPA marketing has been one of the businesses I've made so much money from. There's still a lot of other businesses I've done, like information marketing. I've sold products, physical products before, but those are not really products that I did that really made me so much money. And that takes us to the last business that I am currently doing right now. So the business I'm currently doing right now is what is called crypto investing. This is more of an investment approach towards crypto as opposed to a trading approach towards crypto. Now, the way it works is that you find a coin that can do at least 100x, 200x in a time frame. So usually from around 6 to 8 months, because I don't usually just go for all those coins that are going to pump in 3 days or 4 days or 5 days. Most times they pump and dump. All right, so you find a coin with a very good use case that you're going to hold for a longer term, and that's because I've been able to make a lot of money for myself, and now I have a lot of spare cash I can just put somewhere for it to grow. But of course, you can easily find coins that can do 2x, 3x, 10x, 20x, 50x, even in 24 hours, even in a few days, right? But that's not the mindset I take whenever I want to go into crypto investing, because I don't want it to be that after 3 days, if I don't see a profit, I'll now start feeling like I've been cheated or feeling like my money has gone somewhere or stuff like that. No, that's not the reason why I do what I do. So I like to look at it from a long-term perspective, and I hold the coins for the bull run. I hold the coins and wait when the crypto market is booming. While others are buying at the top, I would have bought at the very bottom. So I forgot to rate some of our businesses, so let me just go back and rate them. I gave reselling business a 10. I gave forex trading another 10. Graphic design, I'm just going to give it a 2. Affiliate marketing, I'm going to give it a solid 9 or 8. CPA marketing, I'm going to give it a solid 9 or 10. Crypto investing, I'm going to give it a solid 7.5. Now, not because it's not a good business, but because it's not a business that just anybody can do. In fact, if you come to me and tell me you want to start investing in crypto and you have no cash flow, I'm just going to tell you that you are totally wrong. In fact, you're not even going to make it in trading crypto if you don't have good capital, because you're always going to be greedy, you're a human, you're always going to be scared and all that. Crypto and investing is something that a lot of people don't know how to approach, the same approach that they usually take towards real estate. And trust me, man, it's just a lot. I've not even talked about that real estate scam yet, but I'm going to talk about it later on how you are the product. Maybe in one of the videos I'm going to make, I'm going to talk about that later. So I hope you've gotten really good value from this particular video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Please leave a comment. Just comment anything you want to comment under this video. Maybe you want to talk about the next video I should make. It's going to help me a lot. Just go and click on the subscribe link and leave a comment below this video. Yeah, of course, don't forget the courses I put down there. You can buy it at the heavily discounted rate just because you watch this particular video right now. Peace out.